Guys, it's about to get crazy. Let me tell you, it's about to get crazy. A lot of companies, not only this week, but in the next couple of weeks, are reporting earnings, and this is the best season in the markets. We get it 4 times a year. Every quarter, the biggest companies and the small companies report their earnings, which thus fluctuate the markets. So we got to break down what stocks are reporting, what companies, shall I say, are reporting in the next couple of weeks. As you all can see, based on the calendar behind me, shout out to Earnings Whispers. And no, they don't sponsor my content. It would be cool if they did, but I'm sharing this because I really like the way they break down the calendar. So if you guys find value, hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and check out my Patreon down below, and let's get right into it. And before we even get into it, actually, let me move my big old head to the top here. And some of these companies already reported. We had Pepsi report, we had Tilray, we had a lot of these all the way up until the 14th of, actually the 15th of October report. So let's go over the good, juicy companies that are about to report in the next couple of weeks because, to be honest, the best has yet to come. Sure, we had some bank stocks, we had Domino's, we had Tilray, we had an airline or two, but those aren't the sexy companies that we want to see. Come on now, guys. So let's talk about it. Number one for this upcoming week that I'm looking out for, look at the 19th here. We have Netflix, we have Johnson & Johnson, we have United Airlines, yet again, another airline, and what else do we have on the 19th? We have Intuitive Surgical, which I'm not too in tune with that company. We have Halliburton as well, and I'm very interested to see what Netflix is going to do, considering Squid Game is such a huge worldwide hit, and recently, I believe it was the last earnings report, Netflix didn't do that well. If you guys remember, they didn't grow their subscribers to what the analysts were expecting. So I'm very interested to see Netflix's earnings, Johnson & Johnson as well. And we all know the craziness going on right now in the airline industry. Flights getting canceled left and right, employees walking out. So I want to see how that could potentially affect United Airlines earnings. And then on the 20th here, which is on Wednesday, and by the way, I skipped Monday because quite honestly, Monday, we don't have any crazy companies reporting. It looks like some boring companies, but on the 20th, we have Verizon, which I guess is boring as well, but we want to see what they're doing, as that's a very big company. We have Abbott, which if you guys have taken an at-home CV test, if you look on the thing, you know, I took a couple of these a couple months ago or weeks ago when I had CV. Abbott is the company that makes those, so we'll see if that helped their earnings. I'm assuming it did. You know, probably. We'll see. Lam Research we also have on Wednesday, which is one that I'm looking at. Technically speaking, we've broken that one down in the past couple of videos. On the 21st, now we're getting a little juicy. We got Snapchat, we have Intel, AT&T, Chipotle, which has pissed me off recently. I mentioned that in one of my videos, Chipotle, and I went to order again yesterday, guys, by the way, a little side tangent here, and the locations around me, the 3 locations around me, all closed down. So there's a huge labor shortage when it comes to Chipotle. I want to see if my experience in my local area is something that more people are experiencing across the United States, which thus could affect their earnings. We'll see how that ends up playing out. And then on the 22nd, we have American Express, Seagate, we have HCA, Cliffs, you know, not the craziest day of earnings there this upcoming Friday, but next week, next Monday, the 25th, we have Facebook, which is going to be crazy. We have Crown, we have Logitech, and then on this 26th, Tuesday, we have Alphabet. Now we're talking. We have Google, also known as Alphabet. Twitter, we have 3M, Texas Instruments, Raytheon, you know, General Electric. On the 27th, we have Ford, GM, Boeing, Coca-Cola, Bristol-Myers Squibb. On the 28th, we have Caterpillar, Altria, Starbucks. We have Apple. So I'm going to tell you guys, these next 2 weeks are huge. It's going to be massive, right? From Netflix to this upcoming week, Snapchat, Chipotle, and then the week after this upcoming week, it's even bigger. We're getting the big tech names, like I said, Facebook, Alphabet, Twitter, Apple, Starbucks even you can throw in there as one of the bigger names, which is not a big tech company, but still, it's a big name out there. AbbVie, Chevron is on the 29th, being Friday. And then as we're getting into November, we have some earnings as well. We have Realty Income. We'll see how the commercial real estate space is looking right now. And I did look on their website about a couple of days ago, and according to them, they still have about a 98.5% occupancy rate, which is great. A lot of their buildings are still being occupied, which is awesome. Then we have on Tuesday, the 2nd, we have Pfizer, Activision Blizzard. On the 3rd, we have Qualcomm, Marathon Oil, CVS. On the 4th, we have Square, Nikola, arguably the best company in the world right now. I can't even say that. God, I can't even say that with a straight face. We have Nikola, though, on the 4th of November on Thursday. We'll see how that ends up playing out. And then on the 5th, we have Dominion Energy, we have Brookfield, and some other companies that, quite honestly, I don't really know much about. So that is what we're dealing with, right? These next couple of weeks are going to be huge. We got to be ready, and this is why we cover this stuff every day, because we cover how the markets react. We break down all these earnings reports, and I go over what I'm personally doing, even though this is not financial advice, and I talk to you all about how to approach the markets, right? Because we're heading into some very rocky times. Not only do we have a lot of inflation, we've had a lot of inflation. Powell is looking to potentially taper in the short term here, but when the heck is he going to do it? Is he going to do it in November, in December, or is he going to wait until February or January, right? Depending on how the labor market's doing, because we just got news in the past month that the most recent jobs report wasn't as great as expected. So there's a lot of moving variables right now, and earnings are definitely going to be another variable that could either reassure the market trend that we've been seeing, which it's been reversing back to the upside now, or if the earnings maybe disappoint, we could easily be dumping back down to test the lows here on SPY, which now that I pulled up ThinkOrSwim, you guys can see the lows on SPY were at about 425, 426. So it really comes down to not only the mid-small caps, that's important as well, but the large caps, the mega caps, if you will. Big tech, we have to see what Google, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, what are these companies going to report, as they are a massive weighting in the overall S&P, QQQ, and so forth, right? Which QQQ, if you guys didn't know, tracks the NASDAQ 100. And let's quickly break down 3 charts that I'm looking at here. And you guys know I'm going to make a more in-depth video tomorrow on Sunday, so make sure you subscribe. This is just a quick little Saturday video breaking down just some thoughts and overall some earnings, again, that we just clearly saw on the Earnings Whispers chart. So Snapchat is one that I'm looking at for this upcoming week. They report on the 21st, which, again, what was it, on a Wednesday, Thursday? We just looked at it, but I'm forgetting, guys, already. I'm forgetting. But overall, this chart looks pretty good. We have an ascending triangle on the 4-hour chart. We're making higher highs, or rather, we haven't made a higher high since that 83 one-off breakout. But other than that, we've pretty much been getting rejected at $80, but we've been making higher lows since the middle of May. So I want to see if this triangle plays out, and if it does, we'll probably start squeezing out of 80 to go back and test the highs from the end of September at about 83. And if all goes well with earnings, they beat EPS, guidance is great, revenue beats, this could probably take the highs out, potentially. It's definitely in the cards. Twitter is another one that I'm looking at. They report, I believe, the same day as Snap, or actually, no, that's wrong. They report 10 days, calendar days from now, and I have an alert set at $65. Twitter is one that it's just been, it's kind of been a dead stock. It hasn't done much the past couple of months, and it's overall down from $81, meaning it's down about 22%. It's in a bear market. and it's trying to make a move, whether it's to the upside or the downside, and I'm assuming earnings are going to make that move, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. So we're in a wedge here on the 4-hour. I really want to see what direction we end up picking. So I'm going to be watching Twitter like a hawk these next couple of weeks. And Ford, which is one that I'm kicking myself, guys. I'm literally kicking myself for not picking this one up because I called it out. And that's what I talk about on the channel sometimes, guys. It's kind of hard to get play every stock you talk about that's setting up nicely, because what am I at the end of the day? I'm not Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. I don't have an endless supply of money. I could only put money or a certain amount of money in each stock, and then ultimately I got to keep cash on the sidelines for a rainy day. I don't have an unlimited amount of money to throw at all these stocks. So Ford is one that we called out at about $13.70, $14, and it completely broke out. And now they report earnings in about 11 days, not this upcoming week, but the next week. And I really want to see what the earnings are looking like, right? Is this chart going to remain strong? Do we end up breaking out of 1580, which was resistance in the end of June? Do we go and take the highs out from the beginning of June at about 1650? I really want to see, do bulls get us out of that high, or do we end up seeing a retracement? And since I missed that move, getting in at a cheaper price, I kind of wanted to sell off a bit so I can buy on the dip. But hey, just because I want it to sell off doesn't mean it's necessarily going to do that. But overall, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Snap, Twitter, Ford, and those other stocks that we mentioned. And that's it. It's Saturday. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to have some fun later on, having some friends over. We're doing a little Halloween party. Hope you guys are having fun as well, and of course staying safe out there. As always, it's very important to stay safe out there. And if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and check out my Patreon if you want to pick up, or rather not pick up, what the heck am I saying? If you want to support the channel a bit further, you get all my buys, sells, call outs, morning update videos, all that good stuff. It's on Patreon, link down below. Make sure to get your $30 from M1 Finance as well, your 2 stocks from Webull, and that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching again. As always, keep crushing the markets. Remember, stay safe out there. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.